Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly vid. First things first, let's just take a look at what's occurring to start the month. So the cool thing is you can take the monthly vid list or your watch list, you just throw it right into the scanner and you can go like this. Boom, boom. Right, so we can go here and we can say, okay, from our list, who's taken out last month's highs? Team MPLX. So what do we say about Team yesterday? Well, Team ER, plus we had a nice monthly setup with the weekly. If we went down into leave as your rev strats up. Yep, right here in tech. Inside week to trigger the month, broadening to 190 to 230, 240. So you're gonna see team in here to start it off. Inside week break, boom, up a couple percent here, takes the month up. So now we'll see. We still have a magnitude up in here, 190. So you got about just under $20 to go. And then MPLX, we'll have to see. This is one of those, smaller, less volatile names, but we're watching it with those energies. If we go to twos down, LNT, AEE, WEC, utilities. So we know utilities, and then Etsy, Meta. So let's go and see. You see Meta. Oops. 2 down month continuation after earnings. Quarterly 322. So we got some pivot targets. Down into 480 for Meta. So that's a good one to be watching on the downside this month, along with go to utilities. Still an inside month. What we'll see in utilities is they went down today, but then they hammer. So we'll have to see if that changes anything since they have not became a 2 down month. They could firm things up as an inside month. If we go to WEC, you'll see it takes the 2 month down. However, hammer day. So we'll have to see what comes of it. AEP ticks down, doesn't go anywhere. AEE ticks down, hammer day. And then WEC, or not WEC, forgive me, LNT. LNT ticks down and slight hammer day. So we'll see, maybe they change what's occurring there, but they are taking last month's lows. So we'd prefer the short. If we then take a look at the week, actually we go to the day, I'll show you this. You can see RGTI, IonQ, Oklo, Uranium's SMR. So you got some of the quantums. QBT, closer to inside week down continuation. So momentum shooter down, inside week continuation. So we'll see if that happens. QBTS, you see closer to a rev strat week to the downside if they are below 3185. RGTI closer to the inside week to the downside if we are below 3690 with some pivot targets to take last month's lows potentially. You got IonQ, you're gonna also see them taking last week's lows. So you got a lot of those quantums weeklies to trigger monthlies. So that's something we want to know if all of those are triggering the week at the same time. If we go twos up on the week, you will see MPC, VLO, CTRA, so a lot of energies in there. Oh, actually, that's the day, my bad. Here's the 2 up week. You'll see app in there along with team, although it did come back a little bit. Then UNP, although it does come back. So not too much on the upside so far. Really, it's your team, and we'll see what those energies want to do tomorrow. We go to XLE, got a hammer day for Tuesday, maybe a rev strat week to trigger a month. Get XOP, hammer outside day rev strat, maybe a rev strat week, and nowhere near taking the month up. Then OIH, outside, or no, 2 day on a Monday, could 3-2 month expansion above 291. So that is something I do want to know about tomorrow morning, especially if we see all the energies go together, which if we just look at the energies today, half of those up while the market's going down. That's something we look for, is it not? Definitely is. So we'll be watching those tomorrow with a close eye. And then energy numbers Wednesday. That being said, we have a few setups here coming into tomorrow that I've already pre-scanned. So along with, team and in there and the energies, we'll see TRGP maybe above this 155.34, give or take, timing the bottom of this big weekly broadening formation, which gives you 16% range. And then with the energies, UCO might turn into the inside week up, which would give you can see the lower lows here, and then, up and left, we got some highs to take out up here. Not a very well-defined broadening formation, but we'll see. On the downside, leading the market down, we'll see your XRP Ripple. So they had a really nice move, right, when we talked about it in here, but that was about it. So we have not seen too much happen to Ripple since. And this is what you're looking like. So broadening expansion to the downside, anyone buying in here, big problems for XXRP holders. And it tends to go to zero since it's a leveraged ETF. Also Ethereum, ETHU, you will see, sorry about that, 3-2 week down with a 3-2 month down expansion of the broadening formation. So if those are below last month's lows, last week's lows, those guys have trouble. And that could even tell you Bitcoin if it takes last month's lows as well. So looking at that potential monthly breakdown in the cryptos, and then we'll see if that stays down or if we go broadening back to the upside. And with those, you'll see Wolf in there as well. 3-2 week down, maybe taking the 2-2 month to the downside. So got a lot of those cryptos. I imagine Mara, yep. Riot, not so much. CLSK taking last week's lows. So a little bit of selling in there, and we'll see if they keep doing that. As far as setups for tomorrow go, now we will have the Rev Strat on the Gapper list. So slight lower low and then 122 above 92203 with a magnitude to move $42, potentially $52 if they confirm up. If not, it's going to be an inside month to the downside. If we go to ACN, we will see this. Hammer Rev Strat day above 249.45. That works. Timing the bottom of this monthly broadening formation here like this. Turn this off. You can see the new lows plus the inside month signal. So we'll see if that changes things or not. And then insurance. You'll see Allstate in here. And this is like your financials. Hammer day on for a turnaround Tuesday with pivot machine gun to the upside. You can see we're at the bottom of the range. If we go to Progressive, also hammer day, however, they've been getting wrecked. But this is one thing you want to note, right? Everyone's been selling Progressive. It's been straight down for 30%. So if everyone's short Progressive, every time frame's red, what happens if it does go reversal on a Tuesday? Well, the week would change, the month would change, and then the day and 60 group would have control to the upside. So that would force short covering. And you can see last time there was any short covering, it was up in here and it really didn't go anywhere. So does that change things? Right? We'll see. If we go to XLF financials, also the slight hammer. So we'll see if that happens or not. Then on the downside of things, we will see PayPal, also financials. But the 2-2 day, 2-2-2 to the downside, which could cause the shooter week to the downside, 3-2, which could cause the shooter month to the downside, which could cause the 2-2 reversal quarter to the downside. So you can see how that daily might trigger the week, the month, and the quarter groups to come into play. So that's something I'm looking for. Outside of that, a lot of things, if we go and take a look here on the week, about half the market starts as inside week. We do see the futures for tomorrow looking something like this. See how they're messing about the middle of their triangle, although they are closer to taking out the lows now, finally. Had some chop shop mess up in here, but we will see what comes of it. These are your broadening formations to start the week in the futures. If we expand out the bottom of these, that'd be a 2-2 week down to start the month, and that would be an issue for the buyers. If we were to reclaim these, then potentially outside week to the upside or something. So we will be watching that for tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the nightly vid, and I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Adios.